This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course, at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Thursday. Jason Walker Show back off the Wall Mancave on a Thursday. And a good day to you. A busy day today coming up. We're going to talk to Joe Horne, Townsend football coach, in just a few minutes. Also, East Helena football coach Tyler Murray and Boulder/Jefferson football coach Clint Layng will join us. And he'll run through my fantasy football team. I was feeling decent about it, so we'll see how he says. If you missed anything from yesterday's show with Lily Meskers, who's started to make the national news with her article about John Tester and his people backers behind him offering NIL money to athletes in the state of Montana, to women athletes, to support him, although he doesn't support women and girls in sports. So that is at jasonwalkermedia.com, also on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on the X, it's on the Insta, it's on the SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeart Podcast, and Network One Sports. Where else are we? Podbean. Yeah, we're kind of everywhere. JasonWalkerMedia.com is a one-stop shop for everything. Sorry, I got to put my readers back on. It's gotten real bad over the last month. So that is on the way. And looking forward to chatting with all those coaches. Let's see here. So we mentioned Lily Meskers yesterday was on the show, and she's a track athlete for the University of Montana. And university had sent a letter to female athletes from the Tester campaign, although he's saying he's not affiliated with it. Montana Together is the name of this place that is offering NIL deals anywhere from $400 to $800 to $2,400 for 4 unscripted videos. $400 for the 2, $800 for 2 videos, and $2,400 for 4. Tester's campaign told Fox News Digital they had no knowledge of these actions and they're not in communication with the group. And I'm just saying it's probably another lie from the Tester campaign, because he's trying his hardest to stay in office and stay the millionaire that he became. But yeah, it's it is funny. But Tester was one of 51 Democrats who voted against the GOP-led amendment to prevent biological men from competing in women's sports. And the 213 House members also that all voted against it. All Democrats voted against protecting women and girls in sports. But Meskers was fantastic on the show yesterday. Fantastic. Great young lady. So there you go. You can check it out there. Let's see here. What else is... Oh, we've got a busy weekend. You've got football kicking off this week. You have volleyball, soccer, golf will be in during the week. Let's see, what else? Cross country running this weekend everywhere. It's just, it's fall sports. It's the first official full weekend, and it is awesome. Cannot wait for this year. Flag football. Jefferson will be over at Hamilton tomorrow. Absorki's got flag football. It's crazy. And super cool. Super, super cool. So the Billings Invitational Cross Country meet tomorrow at Amend Park. 37 cross country teams. Speaking of cross country, Montana State Bobcats men ranked 25th nationally going into the season. You got Frontier football this weekend. You've got the Cats at Utah Tech. And you also have the Grizz in action for the first time this year as they take on Missouri State at home. Missouri State was not real good last year. And then the big weekend, I mean, we haven't even talked about it. We talked about it when it was first announced, but we haven't talked about it this week. Montana versus Texas, 6-man challenge in Billings at Rocky Mountain College, Herb Clint Field. And you've got Highwood against Milford, Texas. And then Custer Hysham Melstone against Strawn, Texas. I know the teams left, was it yesterday? Make the 20-hour trip to Montana from Texas. And you can go visit gobattlinbears.com for tickets. $12 for adults, $8 for children, 12 and under. That's not bad. It's good for both games. This is a cool deal. And I know the teams, we talked about it last spring when it was announced, but the Texas team's looking forward to seeing Montana and touring the area a little bit. So it's awesome. I'm so excited for that. I thought about going down, but decided against it. But still pretty darn cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. Yesterday, what did we do after the show? The little one's first day of school yesterday went great. She was a little tired, as you might expect. But very, very awesome for her. And what else? First day of school today for a lot of other kids. How'd it go? Did you go to the Pink concert last night in Missoula? My wife and I wanted to. We were looking at going when they announced the show, but it was the first day of school for the 6-year-old. So we're like, yeah, we can't do that. I mean, she got to see Garth Brooks in May for her very first concert. So how do you beat that? But just super, super proud of her. And first grade, loving it. She's going to do so awesome. And if it's your first day of school this week, good luck. And take it easy on your parents. Be nice to your teachers, but take it easy on your parents too, okay? Just do that for me. There's a big game down in Townsend Friday night. Broadwater County as the Bulldogs take on Cutbank. And we got a chance yesterday to talk to Joe Horne, and he joins us now on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach. How was the summer for the Horns?
It was really good. It seemed pretty fast. Got to do some cool stuff. I was asked to go with a group of teachers and chaperone a high school trip over to Italy and Greece. So it took off for 8 days and got to do that, which was pretty cool to cap off. My daughter went on that trip with a bunch of her pals. So that was a really cool way to spend, the last little bit with that outgoing senior group. But once that got over, it was right back to getting ready for this fall.
And it's here. Football season is now here. And
yes, sir.
When does school start for you guys?
We started yesterday.
Oh, okay. So how did that first day go?
It went well. It's a lot smoother than most normal first days have been.
Oh, well, that's good.
First days are kind of chaotic. Everyone's figuring out new schedules, and you get kind of that new class of freshmen and the seniors. They feel good about themselves, and everyone's just trying to kind of figure out where they fit, what their role is. It's not much different than a football team. You're just trying to feel them the first couple days out. So, and with all the classes I teach in a business computer lab. So you add in a whole bunch of other things that can go wrong on day one with computers and technology. And I'm going to say my day was pretty smooth yesterday.
Well, very good. Very good. How is the fall camp? How did it wrap up? And where do you guys open up? But well, I have a lot of questions, but how is the team right now?
Team's looking great. We had a really good fall camp. The boys put in a lot of hard work. They've done everything we've asked of them, which has been fantastic. What's nice is we're in year 2 of, new offensive coordinator, new head coach. Some things are not brand new. Our guys are they're pretty open to still being fluid to change. We're still, tweaking some things and making some things fit us. And not just doing either one, what everybody else does, or 2, doing what has always been done. So our guys are really open to that. So we had a really good fall camp, had a good summer. Guys put in a lot of time in the weight room. We put a lot of effort into our weight room over here at Broadwater High this year. So that's pretty much where I spent my summer, is trying to just upgrade that and, kind of just bring in a little school pride into there. So when those guys walk up in there, they want to be there now. And they've done a really good job in that weight room. So finished out with a blue-white scrimmage last week. And now we're getting ready to play Cup Bank this Friday here at home.
Nice. The Wolves coming to town.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so for Class B, I know this year we're on last year's schedule, just flipped. So we have the same schedule as we had last year, just changes home and away, which gives us 2 at home right away, then a bye week, and then we do that 2 away, 2 home, 2 away. Puts homecoming and senior night pretty early in the year, and also stacks them back to back. And then our homecoming just falls on the same time as Fall Fest down here in Townsend. So it's gonna be a big weekend in Townsend. Come down. I think Three Forks is coming to town, so we'll have Three Forks in town, homecoming and Fall Fest. Townsend's gonna be the place to be.
Yeah. Joe Horne joining us, Townsend football coach. All right, in the Class B, it's Florence Carlton until someone knocks them off. Manhattan got close last year, but where does the Class B shape out this year?
I don't know. I mean, it's Florence till somebody changes it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing you can say. Everything else, week 0 for everybody has equal opportunity right now. Even those schools that have lower numbers or younger kids, right now in this first week, everybody has the same opportunities and the same chances. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But so where the rest of it shakes out, there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of talk around the state with coaches leaving, moving, going. There's so many things that happen in Class B, especially with schools. Some schools are getting a lot bigger, and some schools are getting smaller. Man, it's Class B is hard to keep your finger on the pulse of it, and every Friday you just never know what can happen. So,
yep.
No predictions for me.
District-wise, I mean, we all know you guys are growing. Jefferson should still be good. Where does the rest of your district look as you head into the season?
I think we still, I don't know, our district kind of reminds me of the Frontier Conference. We're stacked with good football teams.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. Three Forks has put in their time, and they had a great run last year. Coach Holman's been so good over there. Boulder, their numbers, I don't know where their football numbers are. Their school numbers are up, which should, transition over to, having some more athlete numbers. And then they reload every year, it looks like. Columbus has always been, they had a great year last year, and in my opinion, surprised a lot of people. I don't think they surprised themselves. I think that's just every team's expectation is to do good.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Timber is my only unknown. Their numbers kind of fluctuate. They're similar to us. A lot of people are climbing really fast and steady, and they kind of just ride this short little wave of kind of ups and downs, and that's where we're at. We had a really big freshman class last year, and this year's freshman class is kind of standard for us. So it's kind of we're rolling about the same number of students in the classrooms, which is probably about 185, maybe be my best guess, in the school, and 34 on the roster. But I can tell you this: we went into that last week of practice going into that Jefferson year last year, and on Monday we had 17 kids at practice. That's all we had left was 17 with injuries and all that. So You take that 17 and push it to 34, it looks like there's a mountain of people out there.
Yeah, definitely. And gives you some depth. But how do the Bulldogs look as a whole, offensively and defensively?
I think we look good. I think we look faster. And we definitely, and a lot of that faster is the boys work really hard on their speed this summer, along within the weight room, but just that becoming familiar with the system, the expectations, they know where they're supposed to go. And that's been our biggest thing that we've been trying to do is we want them to play fast. Try not to do too many things, let's do what we do, but let's do it really well. Let's do it the best. We don't need 100 plays or, a whole bunch of gimmicks and stuff like that. Let's just be really good at what we do. And the boys have gotten better at it. Just being able to rep that and get a year under their belt. So in my opinion, I think they're faster. The freshmen from last year, a lot of them, they got pushed into a starting role with the injuries that occurred on our team. So we played a lot of freshmen last year across the board. Started 3 of them up front on the offensive line. And, they went from kind of just surviving last year with big eyes of wow, this is real, to, they've turned a corner and they've stepped into that, accepted that position, I guess you could say. And, now they're confident. Their confidence is way up. They've matured in their size. So that's really fun to see that part of their growth. But that's on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. It's just, that we didn't have a single senior last year play football. Those 6 juniors that we kind of relied on and just kind of thrown into a leadership role, now it's their senior year. And there's something with high school kids, when you get to be a senior, something just clicks. And it's like, this is my last guaranteed run at playing football, because not everybody gets a chance at that next level. And they're not taking that lightly. They're serious about it. They have expectations of the kids below them. And they're really setting the standard for what they want out of this football season. So it's just, to answer your question a third time in a really long statement, we're bigger, faster, but we're just more confident. And that's really fun to see as a coach, is just see some more confidence in the players.
It is National Bow Tie Day today. Have you or will you ever wear a bow tie?
100% yes.
Nice.
Absolutely, I would rock a bow. I'd rock a bow tie. I don't often. I have before. If there was an opportunity or an event that required one, or I could pull one off, you bet I would. Man. Look good, play good.
Here's what you do. You wear a bow tie on Friday night on the sidelines.
I bet you that bow tie would make one kickoff, and that'd be the opening. After that, it'd be in my way and on the ground. I'm still good. I'm still animated on the sideline.
Okay.
I'm still fun watching because I'm pretty animated at the end of the game. But all my excitement is 100%. One, because I still love this game, and 2, because I'm so excited for those boys when they have. I tell them, I'm going to push them and ride them, and I'm not easy on them. But I'm also their biggest cheerleader.
Yep.
And so I get pretty animated into the game.
All right. So Friday night at home, cut bank. It's my birthday. I need a Townsend win for my birthday.
Dude, that's my goal. I'll get you a birthday present with a Townsend victory. That sounds, I'm in.
Yeah.
I am in on that.
Hey, you can't go 9-0 or 8-0 if you don't win the first.
That's right. You know what I mean? And right now, the only one that matters is this one. And let's go be 1-0.
There you go.
Get our guys going for it. So hey, before you let me go though, I did want to tell you out of all that stuff that went on last year, you're the only guy that called me every week. TV station showed up the first week, interviewed one kid. The chips kind of fell where they went with injuries, and I didn't see anybody else.
Wow.
Nobody else came down and told these kids a story. You called every single week. You found out what was going on. You listened to the things that they were going through and what they were doing, and you were there for the wins that they had. You were there for the losses. I just want to say that, man, that's what sports is. You can't just run to the front all the time. You got to stay with it. You got to know the whole story, because a box score doesn't tell you anything. You know what I mean? Not
100%. Yep.
We appreciate that. We appreciate what you're doing, calling all these teams and just talking to coaches and just giving these kids a chance to, get out there and be understood, because every one of these kids in any of these teams, man, they put in a lot of work, and it's not easy. And so we all appreciate it. So we just wanted to say thank you for doing that.
Well, I appreciate that, Coach, and I look forward to following my Townsend Bulldogs all year.
Sounds good, man. Let's talk next week about a victory, huh?
Yeah, a birthday gift. I mean,
all right,
nothing better than that. Good luck Friday night, Coach.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
That is Joe Horne. Our conversation yesterday in the Off the Wall Mancave as we talked Townsend football, and that his words there at the end mean a lot to me. It's just I love what I do. I love covering Montana sports, and I don't think anybody does it any better. We focus on the big sports like everybody, but we also dive into the smaller sports like flag football and the smaller schools. It's not just all about the AA. It's not all just about the Big Sky or the Frontier. You've got some great football, A, B, and C. You've got great volleyball, soccer, just golf, everything. You name the sport, we love to talk about it here at Jason Walker Show. Quick break. We'll come back. We'll check in down the road. East Helena is looking to make the playoffs. Almost made it last year. And with health, they could get back. They could get there this year for the first time. Girls basketball did it. Boys basketball's done it. Now it's on the football team to do it. And we'll talk to Tyler Murray coming up here on the Jason Walker Show next on a Thursday. Hope you're having a good day.
For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation. If you are truly looking to get away for a weekend, let Auto Concepts get you started. Introducing the Overlander camping setup. The tent fits right on top of your truck, sleeps 3, and features an LED light bar and USB connections. It's easy to travel with and pack up to get you away from everyone and up off the ground. Auto Concepts also will get your rig detailed to look good for the summer to make sure your vehicle looks sharp inside and out. Auto Concepts does window tinting, lift kits, cattle guards, and more. Everything your vehicle needs. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. Who we kidding? We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Casey Damon is a 6th-generation Montanan with deep roots, making her a true Montana insider. She knows all the best places, from fishing and recreation to entertainment and local hidden gems. She grew up here, went to the historic Central Elementary School, and graduated from Helena High. She is proud of her Montana lifestyle and loves Montana history. Helena and Central Montana are great places to live, work, and enjoy, which is why she chooses to keep calling it home. Voted Helena's favorite realtor and Montana's best residential realtor realtor, there's no wonder why people go to her for their real estate needs. Casey understands that selling and buying a home is complex and deeply personal. There's also a lot at stake financially and personally. This perspective on the process and the responsibility felt towards her clients drives Casey to truly be an expert at her job. She understands the market and all the variables involved in a real estate transaction, making sure you feel supported and that you have a trusted advisor by your side. To work with Casey Damon, give her a call at 406-465-6780 or text KACIE to 85377. Saturday nights are meant for dancing, fun, and good times, and Continental Divide Radio is your home for all that and more as we bring you the Joe Mitchell State Farm Country Dance Hour, followed by an hour of nothing but the best from the 80s with the Joe Mitchell State Farm 80s Party Hour. Celebrate the music of your memories with only the best country dance songs and music from the decade of decadence. The Joe Mitchell State Farm Country Dance Hour and the Joe Mitchell State Farm 80s Dance Party, Saturday nights beginning at 9 on Continental Divide Radio. There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Store-wide savings are what you...
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Great white. Yeah, good stuff. I remember when they had the that's Once Bitten, Twice Shy. And I remember when they had they were playing a concert in a nightclub in Rhode Island, and there was a fire, and a bunch of people died and got burned. And I got on the TV the next morning with the entertainment report and said something to the effect of "Once bitten, twice burned." Didn't really work then either. With tragedy plus time equals comedy. That's what they always say, right? Because the day that John Ritter died, so I was working TV station in Great Falls at the ABC up there, KFBB. And John Ritter died. 8 Simple Rules. At the time was on ABC with Kaylee Cuoco. And I remember walking in that day going, see, that's how bad the programming is on ABC. Even the stars are dying to get off of it. And the GM didn't. That maybe was part of the reason I got fired a couple years later. I don't know. It could have been. But if you have not been fired in this job, media, at least 5-6 times, you're not doing it right. You're not being you, not doing it right. So, just a little tip for those that want to get into broadcasting. Some guys want to get into coaching, and girls, and it's tough nowadays. But those who truly love the kids, like a Joe Horne, like a Clint Layng, like a Tyler Murray, absolutely knock it out of the ballpark, having a great time, and teaching kids life lessons. And one of those is the Helena football coach, Tyler Murray, and he joins us here, Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, how was your summer with camps, and did you get any time to relax and spend with the family?
Yeah, it was great overall. One of the better summers I've ever had, really. A lot of football, but yeah, got out of town and got some family time and some of my buddies back in Bitterroot and stuff like that. We got to spend some time together. So that was a great summer.
Good deal. As you prepare for the school season, not the football season, but the school season, what's the focus this year?
Yeah, so I teach weights at the high school, and we've started to build a pretty good culture even in the weight room in school. And kids want to be in the class, and they're always working hard. So, I always try to build connections the first couple of weeks. I got a lot of freshmen that come in and our intro to weightlifting, and try to build connections with those kids and get them moving in the right direction as far as any sort of thing in school, right? It doesn't just have to be my class, but how can I help you get established at East Helena High School? So,
how was the first day?
It was great yesterday. Yeah, we got basically another first day today because we're block scheduled. So I got a whole new set of new kids today. So
nice. You got to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking with East Helena football coach Tyler Murray. How about the flag football team? Over to St. Ignatius, they fall by a point, but what a great sport that is for young ladies, and you'll see a lot more of them in the weight room because of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's great for the game of football, but also that these young girls get to play and understand kind of the craze that some of their classmates, their male classmates, go through with football. It's just a very fun game and very challenging. So I think it's great for everybody involved.
It is, and I love it. And 17 girls flag football teams across the state this year. It's awesome. Football season for you. How's Jack Taylor?
Jack Taylor's he's doing great. Fully recovered and looking good in practice, and he's doing great.
Because I know he was ready to go if they had made the state tournament for basketball, but he put in a lot of time with therapy and rehab and all of that. But it'll be good to see him back out on the field leading that team. But what do you expect from your Vigilantes this year?
Yeah, it's just a great group of kids. It's been so much fun the last 2-3 months, right? Just putting in the time in the weight room. It's a fun environment every single day. They're here and working hard, and they love that portion of it, but also they're having fun while they do it, which as a coach is just exactly what you ask for every year, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last couple of weeks, same deal, but they're ready to. We've done some really tough things, push them beyond their limits that we thought they had, and they're just still, hey, yeah, let's do it. We know it's required to be good or great at football. This is what's required, so let's get after it. So
you guys keep building every year in this varsity program, and a win shy of the playoffs last year. How much of that will be the focus as you head into this season?
We talked about it at the beginning of the year. We mentioned one of our team goals is make the playoffs. That's been a team goal every year. And I said that's the last time we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about getting better every day, going back to what we talked about the very first year I was here. It's day by day we get better and better, and that's kind of been our motto overall as a program, and worry about the process and what do you got to do today to be better tomorrow. I think we just talked maybe a little bit too much about trying to be a playoff team last year. So I think that kind of hurt us in the end. So we're just going to go back to, day by day and be a process-oriented team and make sure you're being where your feet are at and all that sort of thing. So
we know you got Jack, quarterback. Tell me about the rest of that offense, starting with the offensive line.
Yeah, our offensive line will be, a little young, return 3 starters, but we'll have two guys obviously replaces in Layng and Caleb from last year. So it's still, a little bit of position battle up there. We have 3 guys that are fighting for 2 spots that are, we've kind of had some depth charts and starters and stuff like that, but, it might be a game time decision on one of those. So great dudes up front. Declan Turner's going to be our center. He's a City of East Helena employee, and he's a hardworking dude, and he's smart. So he's a great kid for us to be at center. We got Noah Houck coming back at right guard, and he's a 4-year starter. He started a few games his freshman year and then has started just about every game since then at various positions. And then Titan Sebastian's coming back. He's moving from right tackle to left tackle since Caleb Dom graduated. So, I think we're going to be just fine up front.
And then skill positions, that's a big one.
Where are we at there?
Yeah. We have a good group of guys out in the skill position, and we have some different personnel groups this year. As far as I think we have about 7, 8, 9 guys, skill guys that we want to get on the field. So we're talking tight ends, H's, H-backs is what we call them, right? And we got 4 or 5, maybe even 6 receivers that we really like, that we feel like we can get the ball to and then stretch the defense both horizontally and vertically. So, that'll start with Slade Olson. There's our senior coming back. He was all conference last year. And then, Hagen and DeAndre, 2 juniors that were Hagen was honorable mention last year on defense, but he's turning it on this year for on the offensive side. And then DeAndre, as we know, is a deep guy, and he can catch the ball pretty well. So, then you got Hayden Wright in the backfield. So,
nice.
I mean, we have guys, and it's just going to have to be putting it all together and make sure we share the ball around.
Tyler Murray joining us. He coaches the Vigilantes of East Helena. You guys open up at Lewistown tomorrow. Let's talk about that in a second. But first, the defense, a lot of two-way players in Class A and really in Double A even this year too. But how many guys from the offense will switch over? How many are just defensive guys? And what do we expect from that D?
Yeah, there always is crossover. Our biggest plus side is that we keep on every year. We build more and more depth, and we have more guys that we feel comfortable, like I said, rotating in. And we have starters on defense that aren't starters on offense, a couple of them here and there. But yeah, most of the guys will play both ways. And we have a good group of guys that, like I just talked about, on offense, and like you said, they just play defense as well. Not to say they're better on one side or the other side, but they're solid guys that we feel really good about. We're starting to feel like we got kids in the right positions, and we got some good football players. So that's kind of where we're at on that.
With the Golden Eagles tomorrow, they were at your place a year ago. You're going to their place this year. It's generally a pretty good team. What do you see from Fergus Lewistown this season?
Yeah, well, we saw them at Tech Camp. And, they're just really well coached is the thing I can say about them. They do a lot of good things. They do a lot of smart football things is what we talk about as coaching staff. They run the ball on offense. They stop the run on defense. Their kids are smart. You can tell by how they set themselves up on the field and play. They obviously lost 17 seniors off last year's team, but we saw them at Tech Camp, and they still have some really good players. They're going to challenge us, and they're going to be just fine. So that's what we're expecting from them. And we got a big test on tomorrow.
How does the Class A shake out as a whole? Dillon doesn't have Key Christensen anymore. They're still loaded. Laurel's going to be good. Central's going to be good. Both of them, Butte and Billings. So what do you expect in the Class A?
I think it's pretty quality. Overall, I think Haber is a team that last year was very, very close to beating Dillon, and they return almost everybody. And I think they do a great job up there as far as their coaching staff. In the West, I think there's a couple of really good teams that are going to come back up. One of my old coaching buddies, guys that actually I went to high school with, Seth Bass, took over Frenchtown, and we saw them a couple times, Tech Camp, and then went over there for a 7-on-7. They have some really good athletes. They're going to be much better than they were last year. So, there's some really good competition, I think, this year in Class A. Yeah,
there definitely is, and it's Dillon's until someone beats them. That's my motto. But there's a chance that it could be a handful of teams. I mean, I see 10 teams possibly competing for state this year.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow and see where everybody's at. But I think the same thing. It's just kind of, I think the top has gotten maybe a little bit bigger. I don't think it's gotten worse. I just think that some programs have really developed, and it's crazy.
It definitely is. Hey, I'm looking forward to this year following my Vigilantes, and I'm meeting with Sean Mergel later, and hopefully I can finally get an East Helena football helmet in the man cave.
Yeah, we'll see about that one.
Because it's been.
We'll get you something. How about that? We'll get you something.
Yeah.
Something to put up in there.
Yeah, I got to have something to support my vigilantes in here.
Maybe what we'll do is rent a helmet to you every season because they're just like 6-year-old helmets. We just can't give them away. So if we're not using one, maybe we'll rent it out to you, and then we need it back, and we'll give you another one.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Mr. Murgle decides.
Yeah, he's got the final say on all those things.
Yes,
so go ahead.
Yes, he does. Hey, good luck this year, Coach. Looking forward to following you guys week by week, and we'll chat soon. Good luck tomorrow night.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Have a great day.
Tyler Murray joining us, and I did meet with Mr. Murgle today. I think at the end of this football season, I'm going to get, finally, my East Helena football helmet. Finally. That would be grand. I got the town, let's see, I got Jefferson and Florence because that's a huge game tomorrow night. We'll talk to Clint and Layng coming up. So those helmets are behind me, along with my Bozeman Hawks. MSU, there's a old Eastern Montana football helmet. Eastern Montana College. I do have my Fergus County Capital, Helena High. Who else over there? Manhattan, Townsend, Laurel, Polson, Flathead Glacier, and Sentinel. So, got a lot of helmets. Need more, though. Get your IDs on this. Need a helmet. And by the way, nobody told me this, but my shirt this morning, the collar was in instead, so I had to fix it. It's now out. Ugh. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm telling you, it's brutal. Quick break, come back, and we'll check in down the road with one of my favorite guys to talk to all the time. His name is Clint Layng, and he is the Jefferson High football coach, and he joins us next here, Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
If you are truly looking to get away for a weekend, let Auto Concepts get you started. Introducing the Overlander camping setup. The tent fits right on top of your truck, sleeps 3, and features an LED light bar and USB connections. It's easy to travel with and pack up to get you away from everyone and up off the ground. Auto Concepts also will get your rig detailed to look good for the summer to make sure your vehicle looks sharp inside and out. Auto Concepts does window tinting, lift kits, cattle guards, and more. Everything your vehicle needs. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena. For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. Who we kidding? We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Segment brought to you by Copper Club Casino. Drink and gamble responsibly. Little Gordon Lightfoot for us.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress.
Yeah. Little sundown. Sundown coming earlier and earlier now. 3 weeks, a month away from spring or fall. Yeah, golf season's coming to an end. I haven't golfed in a while. I think Sunday was the last time I golfed. I took the little one out Tuesday, but and she crushed it. She did great. Oh, on this day in history, the walk-off and much more coming up here in the Off the Wall Mancave. And before we get to all of that, though, it is time to head down the I-15 to Jefferson. And one of my favorite dudes to talk to, one of my favorite people to talk to in general. Got a great family, and he's the Jefferson High football coach. His name is Clint Layng, and he joins us here, Jason Walker Show. Coach, how was the offseason? How was the summer as you sent your oldest off to college at the University of Providence? One less Layng in the household, but I'm sure that doesn't make it any smoother.
No, it was hard. I mean, used to having her around all the time and, doing stuff with her. And, I don't know, it's just something that you just doesn't seem real kind of, because you're like, where did time go, Yeah. So that was kind of hard and, just been a busy summer with lots of things going on. So kind of up and down.
Did you cry when you dropped off Kins at Providence? It's only 2 hours away.
Yeah, a little bit, because she did, and it's just, and plus I'm a guy that, I can be emotional at times, and I just care a lot, and, so sometimes I struggle with things like that.
Well, yeah, it's your oldest leaving the nest. I mean, geez. How was the hunting season? Did you get anything?
Last year?
Yeah.
No, we didn't get anything last year, but this year I drew an Elkhorn's bull tag.
Ooh, nice.
So hopefully that goes good.
Hey, you can pop one before the Townsend game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try with my bow a little bit and I got people to help me though. Josh Moore is my assistant coach, and heck, Jace Lewis, he's offered to help me out. Ethan Hatfield, those guys over there. I mean, I kind of built a good relationship with some of those Townsend kids through the years, and I like those guys, and they're just good dudes.
Yes, they are. Clint Layng joining us, Jefferson High football coach. You guys open up tomorrow night at the three-time defending champs. We'll talk about Florence here in a second, but how does your team look? How does everybody look health-wise as you come back? I know Luke had the issue last year with the nerve, but how's my Panthers looking?
Luke looks really good. I mean, he's probably 5'11", 190 right now.
Wow.
And he's strong. He's strong as he's ever been and fast. I mean, he looks good. He put a ton of work in after he suffered that injury, and some of the doctors and therapists told him what to work on, and he's got after it. And I mean, he looks like a dude. I mean, he went to the Bobcat camp right after the camp they offered him.
Yeah.
And so he committed there. That's where he wanted to go. So he looks really good. Brady Armstrong, all-state player last year, state champion wrestler, strong as an ox, quick, explosive. He looks really good. We have a few other guys that started and played a ton last year, and Hunter Stevens, Colby Machad, and Kanan Martin. Those guys are back. Two of those guys are linemen. Hunter plays in the secondary with Luke, and at receiver, Tyzer Zodi, a year older. Maybe I would say with all the experience he got last year, he's not like a normal sophomore, because he started seven games last year, including the playoffs. So he's maybe a little bit ahead of the game, where if he was coming in, brand new this year without a lot of varsity experience, and he's going to play quarterback. So, I'm expecting some good things out of him. And then we have quite a few guys that it's going to be their first time and their first crack at real varsity action. And, it's hard to tell in practice sometimes. I mean, I think there's been a lot of positives, but until the real bullets start flying, it's, you got to see what some guys do.
My boy Jack Johnson's a senior this year, right?
No, he's gone, man. He's at Notre Dame.
Oh, did he leave already? I thought he was just a senior this year. Oh.
No, he was a senior last year.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well.
Yeah, he's going to school at Notre Dame.
Wow. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy for him. It was his dream school, and he's a super, super smart kid. Super smart. And, he applied there, got accepted, and that's what he's doing.
That's awesome. Clint Layng joining us, Jefferson High football coach. And what's cool to me, Coach, is, I've been in the area for 11 years. Usually see a Panther move on to college and play football. We're seeing more and more guys signing Frontier, Big Sky scholarships. And you're building a program down there, which is, you can tell when you look at rosters across the state of Montana at the college level, there are a lot of Jefferson High kids on those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dylan Root's the number one kicker for Montana Tech tomorrow night when they open up. Or actually, that's tonight.
That is tonight, yeah.
Yeah, that is tonight, because I talked to him the other day, and he's doing good. So Dalton, he's going to redshirt, but he's been doing well. Sounds like he's enjoying it, and, I text with him all the time, and I heard Tavin at Carroll, I think he might even travel this year. I don't know if they want to redshirt him, but they might be thinking they don't know if they can. They might have to have him play. I don't know all the details on that. Josh Morris was filling me in the other day, but I know that I think he's got some snaps with the ones in practice, at least a little bit. So those guys are doing good, and it's good to see. And I've always felt like we do a good job down here, and I think kids that come and play for us get just as many opportunities as kids that play at the bigger levels. A lot of those kids get to play early, some like Luke, 4-year varsity guy, Dalton Noble, 4-year varsity guy. I think that gets them exposure to colleges sooner. And the fact that they always get to play both ways for us, I think helps them. And I just believe in what we do. And I think we've shown that it works.
All right, you guys open up at the 3-time defending champ. They got a new coach in Adam Goodnight. He's been in the program forever, taking over for Pat Duchesne. But with them, Mason Arlington is back, and that kid's a stud. 2,300 total yards last year, 31 touchdowns. He's got to replace some guys on the outside, but this is still a very good Florence team, and it's their title until someone beats them.
Oh, they're really good. And that Arlington kid's a real deal. He's the best quarterback in Class B. Along with that 31 touchdowns, he only threw 3 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
A high school kid throwing only 3 interceptions, and they played the maximum number of games you could possibly play last year. Yeah. And he runs really well, too. He's good. And if you paid attention to the high school baseball in Montana that's going on now, they won the state title in baseball.
Yep.
And he threw a no-hitter in the state tournament.
Wow.
So that tells you right there. And Adam's been in the program for, I think, 8 years.
Yeah.
So there's not, when the assistant, steps up and takes over, and he also kept some of the other assistants, it's not like a big dramatic change. Those kids know him. They're used to him. It's just, probably not much of a challenge as far as, getting going again. Those kids, they know the program, and Adam has even said he's not changing anything. He's just going to try to keep the ball rolling. So they're going to be good. Their skill guys are good. They had some young receiver DBs last year that were pretty good. They're all back. They returned, the younger Alexander kid. His brother graduated, who was a really good player. They bring back one of their linebackers. I think they graduated quite a few linemen, or actually I know they did. So that's one area where I'm not sure who will step into those spots, but it seems like they haven't had a hard time finding guys the past few years when guys graduate.
No, they have not. And I've got the chance to call the games a couple times last year, including that state championship, and the fortitude they showed in that goal line stand against Manhattan. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right.
how's the Class B as a whole shake out this year? And like I said, it's Florence's until someone knocks them off, but where does the rest of the Class B shake up?
I feel like I'm really in tune to what's going on every year, and I would put Florence at the top. I mean, someone has to beat him before you can take him down.
Yep.
And someone has to beat him in the playoffs. More importantly, like a couple years ago, we beat him in the regular season, and then we lost him in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I got them number one. I would put Manhattan number two right now. They returned some really good players. They returned two All-State players. And honestly, it might be three. I'd have to look if their one lineman got All-State last year. But if he didn't, he was really close. And then they returned the quarterback. Sounds like they're going to move him around this year. They had a really good sophomore class, so they're going to be tough. So I put those two up at the top. And then I think Eureka's still going to be solid. Yes, they graduated a ton of guys, but I've heard their JV was really good last year, and they went undefeated in JV, and half their JV schedules against Class A teams.
Wow.
So they're going to still be in the mix. I think Loyola's going to be in the mix in the West. You know, you got Clevenger, a quarterback, some of those athletes that play basketball as your skill guys. I think they're trying to figure out who all their linemen are and what they're going to do there, but they definitely have good skill guys, and those kids obviously know how to win. So I think those three in the West. In our conference, I think Three Forks is going to be solid again. I like my team. My biggest thing is we have to stay healthy because we don't have the depth like we've had in the past. So that's going to be a big key. I think Townsend will be much improved.
Yep.
They got everybody back. And Joe Horne's a good coach, and he brings so much energy and fire to those kids that they'll believe. And I guarantee you they worked hard in the off season and they want to forget last year, and they're looking for big things. They're going to be much improved. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, I agree.
And then in the North, I think it's Malta and Glasgow, clearly the best two teams. I think both of those teams could be better than they were last year, honestly, especially Malta. And because they return all their best players, Malta does. And then in the East, I would say Red Lodge. I'd put them up at the top. You know, they got the Cook kid back. He has to be one of the better players in Class B. And then Pride Huntley Project, I would say new coach, though, kind of some questions out there, but I think they returned some pretty good players. But those are the teams I just mentioned that I would say that are kind of in your top. I don't know how many I named, but at least top 10. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I agree with every single one of those. You might want to throw a Columbus in there too, right?
You know, I wait and see. They graduated a ton of guys, like a ton.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'm not sure like who they all got coming back. So kind of wait and see there.
All right. Had one of my fantasy football drafts Sunday night. I'm going to run through it real quick. We do this every year. Josh Allen's my quarterback with Matthew Stafford's my backup.
That's pretty good. You can't, especially the way Josh Allen runs the ball too.
Yeah. My wide receivers are Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, and Demario Douglas.
Ooh, you're not as strong there at wide receiver. I mean, no. Higgins. He wanted that big contract and stuff, but he's the number 2 option on that team. And then Cooper, solid year last year, but I think he's more on the downside of his career, but he's not bad though.
Okay. Running backs, Isaiah Pacheco, Kenneth Walker III, and Jalen Warren.
Not bad. You don't really have like the one of the big dogs like McCaffrey or one of them, but not bad. Jalen Warren's good, but him and Najee are going to split time. So that's going to, hurt their like fantasy value, but he's really good, but he'll split carries with Najee. Walker, he's kind of the number 1 guy in Seattle. Pacheco, he'll give you some numbers, but that's a passing team overall,
Yeah. Well, I had the 12th pick, so it's not like I could,
Yeah, that's tough.
The top 11 were gone. I also do have Rashid Shaheed because he's going to get me some return yards in New Orleans.
Oh yeah. He's not a bad receiver either.
Starting tight end Jake Ferguson, and then Hunter Henry's my backup.
Whoa, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know about. Ooh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Ferguson, okay, but you might be looking for the waiver wire here pretty soon.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Kicker is Brandon Aubrey from Dallas, and then my Dallas defense. Pittsburgh was taken. I couldn't get Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's defense is going to be really good. With, I mean, they got Patrick Queen now. They made some additions. They're going to have to kind of carry him, especially early. No, I think Pittsburgh's defense will lead the NFL in sacks too, which they've done a lot lately anyway.
Is Pittsburgh okay? I tweeted this or X'd it to you last night. You picked Pittsburgh to have 12 or more wins.
I'm always going to do that.
I know.
So
it don't matter. I was right. It was your heart, not your gut.
No, like I believe, man. But I'm never going to sit there. Oh, we're going to lose 9 games. Like that's not how I am. I don't care. I believe. I just, I think, like I said, I think the defense will be really good. Offense, we're going to probably have some growing pains, but I believe we have good players. I'm still crossing my fingers for a trade for a big-name wide receiver still to happen, but we'll see. And then I honestly wanted Justin Fields to be the starter, but I still think he's going to play, and eventually he will be.
I think Fields will be the starter by week 4 or 5, honestly.
Yeah, I do too. And I think their defense will be top 3 in the league. I really do. And I'm not just saying that.
You could get there's trade rumor for Brandon Ayuk.
I know. That's what I'm one of those guys that refreshes Twitter nonstop, hoping that it comes through. I've been doing it for like over a month straight now. Like when's this news going to happen? Because there was reports at times, it's pretty much a done deal. And then it's like the 49ers just keep hanging on, and they have to pay Trent Williams still if they want him to come back. And then they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off, send him to Pittsburgh, and be done with it.
But he's a cancer. He's a cancer in the
No. He's never been a problem in the locker room. The only thing you can say is, the holdout now. You can maybe whatever. You could get on him for that, but he's never been a cancer in the locker room or on the field.
Okay. Well, that's just the reports. Those are the reports.
You put him with George Pickens. Ooh, that's a deadly duo right there.
I tried really hard to get Pickens, and I just, again, that 12th pick doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help you. But you bring Ayuk over, and you put him with Pickens, and you got Warren and Najee, and the old line is young. But I think the old line has a ton of potential. Just going to take a little time, and then they got to figure out the quarterback thing, what they're going to do there. But those two at wide receiver, that's as good a tandem as you're going to get in the league, in my opinion.
I don't disagree. Coach, get a win. Tomorrow's my birthday. I need a birthday win from the Jefferson Panthers.
All right, we're going to give it our best shot. It's going to be a dogfight. Florence is a really tough place to play at too, but we'll be ready to go.
Hey, you guys can do it. Tell Jared hi, Coach Padmo.
All right,
and we'll talk next week after a Panther dub.
All right, sounds good.
That is Clint Layng. Does not like my fantasy team too much. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I got another fantasy football draft coming up Tuesday night. So, yeah. I don't even watch the NFL, but I play fantasy football. But it's totally fine. Let's see here. Let's do On This Day in History, shall we? It is August the 29th. Oh, it's the day before my birthday. Yep, my birthday's tomorrow. Just saying. It is Lemon Juice Day and Chop Suey Day. Yep. Let's see here. On this day in history, a couple of things. Boom, boom, boom. Who was born on this date? Michael Jackson, born on this date, 1958. I think it's been 15 years since he died. KYUS TV Channel 3 in Miles City began broadcasting in 1969. I don't even know if they're still around. Robin Leach, born on this date, 1941. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Oh, Rebecca De Mornay. Crush on her. 1959 she was born. Let's see here. First white Indian lacrosse game in Montreal. The natives win 1844 on this date. Had some hurricanes. 2005, Hurricane Katrina makes landfall. Hurricane Harvey, 2017, set a rainfall record, almost 52 inches in Cedar Bayou. 2021, Hurricane Ida, Category 4, near Port Fourchon, Louisiana, the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. U.S. Air Force Academy's permanent site opened up in Colorado Springs, Colorado, 1958. Boxing's first heavyweight title fight with 3-ounce gloves and 3-minute rounds. John L. Sullivan, Dominic McCaffrey, Cincinnati, Ohio, 1885. In 1920, the Americans sweep the medals in the men's 100-meter freestyle in the pool. Duke Kahanamoku. The Duke set the world record. And his second gold, also won at 1912. 1925, after a night out on the town, Babe Ruth showed up late for batting practice. His manager, Miller Huggins, suspended him and fined him $5,000. And on this date, 2 years ago, Albert Pujols hit career home run 694. It was Major League record 450th different pitcher. Wow. Albert was so good. And did it for a long time, too. Long time. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And had a good first week back. Took some time off this summer just to kind of live life. But back at it. Oh, my goodness. What a great week. Thanks to Dane Broadhead, Kyle Mahelish, Joe Horne, Mackenzie Johnston, Lily Meskers, Clint Layng, Tyler Murray, Joe Horne. Did we talk to anybody? I think that was a pretty loaded week. Next week, more of the same with the coaches. Also, Jennifer Say will join us. She is a very strong advocate for protecting women and girls in sports. I did reach out to the Tester campaign, have not heard back from Senator Tester. If you missed our interview with Lily Meskers, you can check it out on the socials. You can also go to jasonwalkermedia.com. Got my birthday tomorrow, a round of golf. Then my dad comes to town, and the little one and I are going to make a flank steak out on the Traeger. She loves it. She loves to put all the rub together. She mixes it up. She gets to do the rub. I stand back, let her do the rub on the flank steak, both sides. She's great. And then she helps me Traeger it. So looking forward to that tomorrow. More golf Saturday, Sunday, Monday with Labor Day. And, yeah, just an amazing weekend. Let's see here. Did we miss anything? I don't think so. Good luck to everybody in action this weekend. High school football getting started. You got volleyball all over the place, soccer everywhere, cross country. I forget anybody? Fall sports? I probably did. But good luck to all the student athletes this year. And we look forward to bringing your stories to the forefront of Montana sports. Nobody does it like this. Nobody does it like we do. We have fun. And we appreciate all of our great sponsors and listeners as well. So back at it Tuesday. Next Wednesday, snippage for yours truly, getting the cut. So I think we're going to be here Wednesday. Not sure yet next Thursday, but hopefully. See what kind of meds they put me on. I've obviously never had it before, so little interesting. I thought it was one of those you go in and get like knocked out, like a colonoscopy. But no, the doctor said it's like a 15-minute procedure. You're in and out. So a little nervous about that. But it'll be fine. Have a great weekend. Be safe, be smart, get a DD. Good luck to all the coaches. Cheerleaders, let's not forget about you. Good luck tomorrow, or Saturday to Jefferson football. Flag football, they're at Hamilton. Every team in the state of Montana has a chance to win it. It's all starting this weekend. Get it done. And we look forward to recapping it next week. So have a great weekend. NRA rodeos wrap up this weekend. You got PRCA action. Dillon, Whitesall for Springs, just to name a couple. We'll see you next week. Jason Walker Show. Have a great weekend, everybody.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.